back to the class, my dear student. Now, in this subsection, we are going to be discussing about the different living organisms and their respiratory systems. It will call to your attention that every single organism do not have the same respiratory system. Hence, it is also important for you as a biology student, you learning about respiration, to know all the various organisms, from the lower to the higher organisms, and their various respiratory organs. It is important that you know the organs involved in respiration, because you recall, when these organs come together, that is when they form the system. Now, over here in the board, I have a little chart which I will also amplify in the video for you to see. Now, in this chart, we have the different organisms and their respiratory system. We have the organisms, we have their respiratory system. I would like to start with the unicellular organisms, such as the amoeba, the paramecium. Now, these unicellular organisms, the respiratory system or organ is their body surface. That means everything about respiration for this organ happens all and across the body surface. The number 2 here is the hydra and the tapeworm. And for the hydra and the tapeworm, the respiratory system or the organ is the cell membrane. The cell membrane for hydra and tapeworm. So, but when you come about the earthworm, the number 3 on the list is the earthworm. So for the earthworm, the respiratory system or the organ is the wet skin or the body surface. So you discover that when respiration wants to happen in earthworm, it happens on and along the wet skin or the surface or the body surface. For fishes, example tilapia, you discover that the respiratory system for fishes or the respiratory organ is the gills. Yes, you hear it here. The gills is the respiratory organ for fishes. We also have the arthropods, example the insects. Now for this arthropods, the tracheal system is their respiratory organ. I hope you're taking note of this in your lesson note. Now, when we talk about the arachnids, such as the spiders, we now talk about the long boot. The long boot becomes the organ. I hope you are seeing this, what is happening here, that as we are moving from the lower organism to getting to the higher organism, all the respiratory organs keep on developing and keep on becoming more complex and more advanced. Now, when you go to the tadpoles, the tadpole as well uses the gills. When you also come to the reptiles, such as the snake, the crocodiles, when you get to these reptiles, you discover that what they use as the respiratory organ is the lungs. Now, amphibians, such as toad, owl, frog, you understand? Now, you now discover that the frog, the toad, which are classified as the amphibians, uses predominantly 3, both the mouth, the skin, and the lungs. We have aves, which we call the birds. Like the birds, you have heard of, you know, the eagles. The birds. Now, these birds uses the lungs for the act of respiration. Now, we talk about mammals, such as the dog, such as man, you and I. You already know what we use for respiration as our organ, and that is the lungs. Now, flowery plant, as I said, the respiration also, in as much as respiration happens in animals, it also happens in plants. So for flowery plants, they use the stomata and the lenticels. So my student, you must have gone through all this and you're taking note of them. And we started from the unicellular organisms, which we said is the body surface, down to the stomata, which is for flowering plants. I want to make more inference in your notes and identify more organisms around you and take note of their respiratory organs or their respiratory system. Let me see your notes. Share your ideas with me. Share it with the teacher around you, and let's continue to learn together. Remember, there are also notes on this VDI. Click on the note section, take salient points into your note, and then attempt the questions. Good luck, and let's continue to learn together. Thank you.